92.7 Kiss FM, today's R&B and classic soul. It's your homeboy Clee. The website is www.92.7kissfm.com. You can go there and get your folks on a local celebrity birthday roll call. Send me your Friday, Saturday, Sunday birthdays, okay? At this time, I'd like to introduce someone who will be joining us on the Rhythm Ride in the morning each month. We always try, along with all the fun and all the music, we like to give you some information you can use. It is imperative that your health, your family, and the community's health be a number one concern for you. And to help us keep it in check, I introduce to you Dr. Pam Ross. She is the founder of Holistic Medical Consultants. Good morning, Dr. Ross.
Good morning.
It's a pleasure to have you on.
It is wonderful to be here.
Dr. Ross is here to make sure that our health is our wealth. And, I just want to talk to you about some of the, and I know you know that's important.
Absolutely.
And how does that portray in the way you like to explain that to the listener?
Well, there's an ancient physician who once said, when health is absent, wisdom cannot reveal itself, art cannot manifest, strength cannot fight, wealth becomes useless, and intelligence cannot be applied. And I think this is just very basic, a very basic message that clearly indicates that if you don't have your health, you don't have anything. And what's very important for me is for the community to have health.
So in other words, that thing was saying that without your health, none of this other stuff has a way of working.
Doesn't even matter.
Doesn't even matter.
That's right.
Well, it's great. Well, I'm glad you're going to be on and help us see that, and hopefully we can reach that and feel that same affirmation for ourselves. What kind of things will we be talking on?
Well, this month, is February is Heart Month.
Okay.
And so we're going to be talking about some heart things.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's talk.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Well, Clee, you've heard the expression, a merry heart does good like a medicine, but a broken spirit dries the bones.
Yeah, I have.
Well, that's real. And that's a reminder that there is an established link between depression, mental health, and heart disease. And a real life broken heart can have cardiac consequences. There's a condition, I don't know if you've ever heard of this. Have you ever heard of broken heart syndrome?
I've heard it, but I think I've heard more of it like in lyrics in a song or something like that.
Gotcha. And you probably maybe have seen an example of it if you've ever watched Sanford and Son.
Okay.
You remember when Fred would sometimes grab his heart and say, "Oh, Elizabeth,
Yeah.
I'm coming to join you, honey."
Right.
Well, the broken heart syndrome is a syndrome. It's real. It can be triggered by emotional stress.
Okay.
It can be triggered by the negative things like the death of a loved one, a divorce, a breakup, romantic rejection. And with Valentine's Day here, those are the things that can do it.
Okay.
And positive stress can do it as well. Sometimes you win the lottery. That's such a positive stress. You're also at risk for this condition. It's formerly known as stress-induced cardiomyopathy,
Okay.
or Takotsubo syndrome.
Okay.
That's a Japanese word.
Oh,
and I'll
yeah.
say more about what that is.
All right.
But it occurs because the heart becomes suddenly weak, and that's precipitated by an extensive stress. A person experiences an extensive stress or shock, and it results in weakening of the heart muscle.
So that's actually weakening through blood flow, or is the stress changing the flow of blood that's going to the heart or something like that?
The stress is changing the character and integrity of the heart muscle. Now, this is different from a heart attack because a heart attack represents an obstruction of blood flow.
Okay.
A heart attack, your coronary arteries are actually blocked. The thing about broken heart syndrome is your coronary arteries are not blocked at all. Everything turns out normal. It looks like a real heart attack. It feels like a real heart attack, but it is a ballooning out of the heart muscle, and it produces some very similar complications to a heart attack.
Okay.
It can lead to heart failure. It can cause life-threatening cardiac rhythms, and it can even cause your heart chamber to burst. So it's not just because it doesn't involve clogging arteries, doesn't mean it's not dangerous.
Wow.
Some of the most common symptoms are chest pain, shortness of breath, and maybe skipped beats, the sense that your heart is skipping beats. Generally, it's treatable.
Okay.
You can, it's easy. It's easy for doctors to manage, but you have to get to the doctor. And there are various medications that can make it work. So people should understand that broken heart syndrome is a real medical emergency. And if you think you might be having this condition, you need to be seen.
It is real.
It is real.
Wow.
Broken heart syndrome. So, emotional stress is real. I always say mind, body, spirit. None of these things act independently of one another.
Wow.
So
Al
we're
Green-
all connected. We're all whole.
Al
Whole
Green
people.
did the song "How Can You Mend a Broken Heart?"
That's
Who
right.
knew that it was really that deep?
It was just that deep.
Well, Dr. Ross, I really appreciate it. It's going to be great having you on in the morning, and I'm sure folks may have some topics or two they may want to email you about, and maybe we can talk about them on the air. Where can they contact you?
They can reach me at www.drpamelaross.com and submit the questions. I'd love to respond.
Thanks a lot. We appreciate you being on.
Thank you.